Welcome back to Coffee Insanity. Today we are going to be roasting some Burundi Gahahe. Not sure how to pronounce it. So this is what we're going to be roasting today. We're going to do 6 ounces of it from Bodhi leaf. Zero the scale. Pouring the beans in. You want to make sure you look for any that are too small or deformed beans. You want to pull them out. So it's kind of pouring in nice and slow. And these beans seem actually pretty small. I haven't roasted this for some time, not since I've gotten a probe. Okay, I've got 6 ounces of the beans. I need to put them into the drum. I need to get the Behmor warmed up. I preheat the Behmor to 200 degrees and then go ahead and put the drum back in with the beans. Let's start the Artisan software. Let's get the Behmor right here. I use a 1/4 pound setting and just hit start. And usually when it gets counted down between 6 minutes, 30 seconds, 6 minutes on the Behmor itself, where it actually shows right here the time, because remember the Behmor counts downwards. So as it's heating up, let's go ahead and get the beans in here. And you want to shake it a little bit, get the dust out. Dirt, whatever's in there, anything that you don't want in the roast, just shake it out. Some of the smaller beans fall through the holes. Set this aside. You can see the line starting right here. We're at about 150 degrees right now. So right when it gets to the next line right here, 200 degrees, we'll go ahead and turn off the Behmor. We'll get the beans in there situated. And click on the charge, wait for the turning point. Turning point usually is right around 180, 170, something like that. Okay, 200. Let's turn off the Behmor. Alright, I'm going to go for the 1 pound setting now. 1 pound. And I'm going to hit start. P5. Hit start on my backup timer and click charge on the Artisan. I've set up on the Artisan software that the turning point will happen automatically. I don't have to click a button. It just senses that the temperature starts to rise and it'll do the turning point automatically for me. And I'll turn on the light for the Behmor. Behmor has a light, helps you see in through the window. I'll also go ahead and add some time to it with the plus. Just go ahead and click all the way up. There's my turning point at 174 degrees. It took 42 seconds into the roast to get that. And the P5 setting, P5 is flashing, so it's on manual mode. It's at 100% right now. Okay, we're at 4 minutes into the roast right now. I'm going to start paying attention a little bit more for the dry end or the yellowing phase. That's when some of the water from the beans escapes. You can smell it. For me, the way I can tell, I can't see the steam nearly as well with the Behmor as the smell. It smells like kind of like a sweet grass, and that's generally what I go by. Also for the dry end or the yellowing phase, I can also look at the computer. And when the roar and the bean temp get close to crossing or touching each other, that's generally when the dry end happens as well. I can smell it now. So, yeah, that sweet grassy smell, it's kind of unique. Once you roast a couple times, you start noticing it's got a certain smell to it. So I'll hit the dry end. And I'll go ahead and hit P4 now. Usually I hit it at the dry end, but I just forgot. Wasn't paying attention, making the video. Alright, so P4, we're to 80% on the Behmor now at 6 minutes. I'm going to hit P5 now. The internal fan's going to kick on, so I'm hitting P5, go back up to 100% for a little while to help compensate for the internal fan turning on and the temperature dropping a bit. Okay, we're at about 8:30 right now. I'm going to drop it back down to P4. You can kind of see a little bit of dip right there. You can definitely see it in the roar. There's a roar coming back up. Temperature right now is at 371. Gonna get ready for the first crack right around 390. Start paying attention. Okay, starting to hear that first pop. I'm gonna wait for it to start going into it a little bit more before I hit first crack on the Artisan on the software. And I'll probably drop it down to P3 in a second as well. Temperature's going pretty hot. Okay, I'm gonna hit P3 and first crack's definitely started. So first crack has right around 10 minutes. So I'm gonna aim for at 10 minutes, somewhere between right around maybe 13 minutes to end the roast. This is supposed to be a city plus to full city. And we're at 400 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Okay, first crack about 11:40, I would say end. Not really hearing any more pops. Temperature right now is 405. Okay, it's 12:30. Temperature is 408. I'm going to get ready to start cooling the beans in a second. I'm going to go ahead and hit cool at 1250. Give it a couple seconds in there. And at 13 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the shop vac. Once the beans are all nice and cool, the Behmor's off, take out the drum. It's going to be a lot of chaff usually left over depending on what type of beans it is. So if you shake it, I don't know if you can see some of the stuff coming out. There's a bunch of stuff falling out, all the chaff. So you got to shake it and get all the chaff off there. Once you're done shaking, getting all the chaff off, you get your scale, get a bag with a one-way valve and pour it in there, weigh it up. You can get your percent loss that way. You want the one-way valve bag though, or a container, so that way the CO2 can escape and no oxygen getting in. Let your beans rest 2 to 3 days and enjoy it. Alright, let's take a look at the beans in the ground. This is what the beans look like. Okay, I broke open one. You can see the uniform color there throughout the bean. So the bean was cooked pretty well. Throughout the entire bean, it's the same color. That's what you want to check for, make sure. Here's the ground coffee. Everything's pretty uniform. Alright, here's our coffee. This is where all our hard work pays off. So let's taste it. Let's see, according to Boda Leaf, I'm supposed to be tasting red wine, dark fruit, and caramel. I'm not sure what dark fruit is, so let's give it a go. See what notes we get from it. So, it looks pretty good. I get dark chocolate and the caramel. And maybe the red wine would be the dryness of it. Definitely leaves your mouth pretty dry. I'm like dark fruit, not sure. More of a bitter coffee. Definitely would go good with cream and sugar. You get that caramel, and it's definitely really dry. But overall, it's a good cup of coffee. I like it.